We're almost at the end of Ippo's retirement arc, where many of his peers are getting their own arcs. We had Mashiba's world title match versus Rosario, Itagaki versus Imai for the Japanese title, Sendo vs Alfredo, and now Sendo vs Ricardo, the world championship title for the featherweight division. The latest revelations of this arc continue to surprise me. How will Sendo handle the king of monsters, the legend of boxing himself, Mr. 70-0, Ricardo Martinez? The past couple months of Hajime no Ippo have been absolutely wild. Sendo vs Ricardo is in the middle of round 1, and both of these demons are just straight up boxing. Hands are being thrown, and neither are getting an edge. Even Ricardo's jab is being countered by Sendo by turning his neck. He's suppressing that left very well. His instincts are on point right now. Nothing will stop his momentum. Sendo's big swings are frighteningly fast. That makes them hard to counter. The punch makes its way to Ricardo, but as expected, Ricardo blocks the attack. Nothing Sendo does will land. They continue to trade jabs, but Ricardo is worried. He wanted to tame Sendo, but he's apparently not good enough to do so. That's in his own words. The beast continues to bare its fangs, aiming them at the king of monsters. What's next? Ricardo's guard never wavers, but Ippo notes that damage had to have went through his guard. The champ returns with a jab to Sendo's face, but it didn't faze him. Round 1 is over, and Sendo is as confident as ever. The tiger lets out his roar. The tiger is roaring. Ricardo goes back to his corner, and his trainer asks him how the taming is going. But it's as he saw. A whip isn't enough. He needs something stronger, like a rifle. Starting next round, Ricardo becomes a hunter. In the next round, Sendo will go all out. He will show him what he's got. He will not falter. Round 2 is right around the corner. Ricardo rushes in just like the last round, and so does Sendo. Neither will cede the distance. The champion's left snaps Sendo's cheek, but Sendo doesn't waver. He returns fire like nothing happened at all. He continues to pressure Ricardo's guard. Will Ricardo be able to handle it? So far, he can. He's able to trade well with Sendo, but the challenger keeps wailing on his guard. Nothing can stop him. Ricardo's defense is immaculate. Any other world ranker would have been hit by now. Sendo's 100% may be too much for Ricardo to handle. Will he resort to weaving instead of blocking? Miyata thinks his engine's turned over. Sweat is dripping from Ricardo's body. It's telling him that continuing this is dangerous. Maybe too dangerous. Damage will accumulate even through his guard. The tiger's fangs are too much for Ricardo to handle. Is this when his guard will break? Sendo is a true carnivore, looking forward to tearing him apart. Ricardo thinks to himself that he planned to get a taste of such wildness in his match with Wally, but primates and carnivores are different. He's shocked that the difference is so vast though. Sendo's stand lurks right behind him, ready to pounce any minute now. It's time for a feast. The fangs narrowly miss their target. Ricardo is dodging now. His guard can't take it. Ricardo's time to shine is here and now. He abandons his whip in exchange for his sniper rifle. He whips for the last time with his signature jab and then steps back as Sendo launches his hook. He shoots the rifle, looking to land a powerful counter. The shot makes its way to Sendo and it lands perfectly. A counter Sendo didn't see coming. This will do tons of damage to the everlasting challenger. He is down. Sendo down just from one strike? How is this possible? Ricardo's blow silenced the arena. No one can believe their eyes. Ricardo confidently walks back to his corner, looking back at Sendo with disappointment. This was the first right the champion has shown all match. In the corner, Morikawa decides to highlight Ricardo's arm. Why is that so? Is it damage from blocking Sendo's powerful strikes for so long? Takamura and Date can't believe their eyes. Sendo fell down just like that, just from one right punch. Ippo and Miyata realized that he used those 3 minutes to measure the timing in distance. One round was all it took to completely download Sendo. Someone like Sendo can't last more than 5 minutes against Ricardo. No one wants it to end like this. Even Takamura wants to see him continue. On the count of 7, Sendo stands, looking to even the score with the champion. He's still got this, but he's only thinking about his grandmother and not the match itself. Will this be a problem for Sendo? The crowd exclaims that it won't end like that. He still has more in the tank. Sendo's now charging the champion, but rushing in may be a huge mistake. He just got downed and his damage is insane for sure. But Ippo disagrees. He thinks sticking close is ideal for Sendo. Even Date is coaching him from the commentator booth. What are you doing, man? What's up with these biased commentators? Like, get a grip. Sendo's swing completely misses and he takes a clean mosquito bite. His left is so pristine, but Sendo won't back down. He will bring the belt to her side. Sendo's left lands on his guard and pushes back the champion. Sendo's looking to land one clean strike to turn this around, but he looks so desperate. Ricardo has Sendo downloaded completely. This is not what Sendo wants. He used that left to measure the distance yet again. Ricardo is crazy. Takamura believed in Sendo, only to be disappointed by what he's showing right now. He gets countered once again. Sloppy, powerful strikes will be punished by the champ. Did Sendo come in the ring while he was human? Ricardo downs the challenger once again. Sendo cannot get a break. He's looking terrible out there. Sendo is passed out on the mat. He looks helpless versus the strength of Ricardo. The count begins once again and Takamura looks so disconnected. He thought Sendo could finally beat the unbeatable monster. How is the toughest in Osaka going down so easily? Sendo stands way too quickly this time around, but he should rest as much as possible. 2 downs back to back must take a massive toll to your body. It's clear that Wright did more damage than the last, but Sendo charges way before he should. He's only thinking about his grandmother and not on how to win. How foolish will Sendo be? His fists continue to wail on Ricardo's guard, but nothing will connect. His fists have power, but it's just not enough to beat him. Ricardo finds a gap and lands his left and stops the Tiger's advance. Sendo's legs are giving out. Will he survive this round? The man Grandma raised is going to come back as world champion, but not with this attitude. Think about yourself. Be selfish and also selfless. Don't abandon your wish to be strong. Takamura is so furious, he stands and yells Sendo's name, hoping to fire him up. He sits back down in a slump. The next chapter begins with Ricardo continuing his pristine defense, but his arm is all bruised up from doing so. If Sendo locks in and notices this, maybe he will finally get his shit together and win this match. Sendo's grandma looks disappointed in him though. Seems like she knows this is what Sendo is made of. I hope she shows up to the ring or calls in somehow to make Sendo get his act together. The jabs from Ricardo keep piling up. Sendo is on the defensive now. Ricardo's trainer is disappointed that they came all this way to Japan just for a 6-minute match. Sendo is pathetic. Ricardo's lefts are so strong, it seems like they have a power of a straight. Sendo's guard is collapsing with each blow. He can no longer hide the damage. There are 30 seconds left, but can Sendo hold out for that long? His face is becoming a punching bag, and Sendo completely lost his confidence. He has no idea what to do now. How can he beat someone so strong? He complains that Ricardo is just too powerful. Is he really giving up this easily? Sendo looks so lost right now. This is uncanny for our hero. He launches a sloppy punch, and Ricardo is ready for it. Miyata and Takamura look disappointed. Another sniper rifle shot is on its way. Will it knock out Sendo? It lands, and Sendo is keeling back. What is this domination? Sendo's barely hanging on to the ropes. The match may be over already. Sendo is able to hold on long enough till the round ended. What a lucky break for our challenger. Ricardo's trainer thinks that counter was perfect and can't believe Sendo survived it. Sendo's mind is racing and racing. 1 in 100 doesn't seem likely at all. 1 in 1 million doesn't seem so either. He thought he was close to Ricardo, but it seems like the world is ways away. Hopefully his corner can get him back on track. Maybe we need a Kamigawa slap to get him back into shape. Ricardo may be dominating, but his right arm is severely bruised, and that's why the counter didn't finish off Sendo. Maybe the ice will help Ricardo recover. Ricardo is deeply saddened by Sendo's performance. Being down once ruined his psyche. Why is he so fragile when this match is so important to him? Sendo's mental is at an all-time low, but I still believe in him. Sendo goes on the defensive so he can buy some time to recover. The crowd can't believe the difference in strength. How will Sendo get back in the match? Ricardo thinks Sendo put up a spectacular show, but in only 6 minutes, he became obedient. Is he even okay with that? Ricardo goes on to think of every possibility racing through Sendo's mind. Sendo is likely to be very confused on what to do next. Ricardo will either wait until his numbness goes away or finish Sendo with his left, but he thinks it's far too risky. He wonders how long can Sendo guard against his lefts? 3 or 4? By the 5th or 6th, it's most likely Sendo will claw back, and that'll be the chance to counter Sendo. Sendo is worried that if he gets hit in the head, it's all over. He went down and isn't fully healed. He will find an opening somehow though. Sendo is slowly coming to realization that he came in the ring for the wrong reasons. Ricardo makes the first move to measure the distance. He pummels his guard while Sendo is trying to nullify the attack. Sendo is becoming a human sandbag. Sendo is slowly closing in while guarding for his life. Ricardo slams the side of his guard, but Sendo decides to sloppily throw a punch. Before he can strike, Ricardo slams his ribs, cracking them in the process. He swings back, but Ricardo easily escapes his range. Sendo goes back in his defensive stance, hoping he will be okay. Ricardo is always a step ahead though. Ippo thinks Sendo using the turtle guard means he is waiting for the right opportunity. That means he hasn't given up yet. If this beatdown continues though, he won't be able to move, but what can he do? Ricardo is too strong. Sendo may have lost his way, but it's still possible for him to win this match. This may be my copium speaking for me, but Morikawa has given Sendo a way to claw his way back if he locks in and notices Ricardo is also very injured. In the last couple chapters, we see Ricardo's right arm is bruised up from constantly blocking Sendo's powerful strikes, but it might not matter. Sendo right now is fighting like a wounded animal, too terrified to fight back. He's also not looking so hot. Several shots to Sendo's ribs have cracked them a bit, so he'll not be at full power even if he changes his mental mid-match. As there's a line for Sendo to win, there are several tells where this fight may end up in disappointment for the fans, his friends, and us as the readers. In the latest chapter of Hajime no Ippo, the crowd is wondering why Sendo isn't boxing like he normally does. That's exactly what I'm wondering. Like, what is he doing? They are praying for a comeback from the hometown hero. What's sad is seeing Takamura's visible disappointment in the boxer. He had high expectations, only to be proven wrong. He went into the ring being human. He explains that if Sendo thinks too much, his hands will stop moving. No one wants to see a match like that, because it would be so goddamn boring. I mean, what could even be more boring than this? Sendo has trapped himself in a cage, and he's just not clawing his way back like he normally does. In the ring, Sendo versus Ricardo continues. The lack of ferocity from Sendo is very noticeable. Ricardo steps in on the injured beast and launches jabs at his guard, looking to pry it open for a clean strike. Sendo is way too far to punch back, so he has to push in beyond his left. He pushes in, he was successful, but Ricardo is ready by moving to the side. He piles on another left, but Sendo has gotten even closer. Will he be able to land a clean blow? No, a high-low combination lets Ricardo land a body blow. This is nuts. Ricardo's domination is just continuing, and Sendo cannot do anything to claw back. Sendo fans are in shambles. He's hurt so bad, he decides to hug it out with Ricardo. He is begging for Ricardo to stop hitting him. Sendo, clinching? He's completely cornered. He thinks to himself that there's nothing he can do. Even his grandmother is noticing that Sendo is off his game. Right now, it looks like he isn't having fun at all. Even if all hope was lost, even if he fought someone much bigger than him, he would exclaim that he hasn't lost yet. The Sendo she knows wouldn't have lost hope. Sendo is clinching for his life. Maybe he has realized he hasn't lost yet. Hopefully, this will be a wake-up call for the challenger, but Ricardo doesn't see it that way whatsoever. The ref repeatedly asks Sendo to break from the clinch, but instead of doing so, Ricardo just throws off the wounded animal, and the ref warns Ricardo that what he did was unacceptable. Sendo is now forced to get up, but can he? After that body blow, does he have enough will to keep on fighting? Will Sendo put up a fight whatsoever? Will he notice the injury on Ricardo's arm? Is there anything this man can do? Only next chapter will we find out. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.